So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a match reaction. It was the match I was dreading. I was thinking, how are we going to get through these 90 minutes? How many goals is it going to be? But it finishes Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. And do you know what? I'll take that all day. I'm shameless. I'm absolutely shameless. I don't care that we park the bus. It's what we have to do because we cannot go toe-to-toe with any of these top sides because we know what's going to happen. So first of all, credit to Ten Hag for setting up like he did today, because realistically, if he lost that game, if he got battered by 3 or 4 goals, he might not have a job. He might not have a job by the end of today. So credit to him as well, because his game plan worked, and it worked to a treat as well, because Eric Ten Hag and his defence today were absolutely brilliant. Raphael Varane, Johnny Evans, Diego Dalot and Luke Shaw were absolutely amazing for 90 minutes. And they were at it all game. They couldn't stop. They couldn't switch off. They couldn't, make any mistakes in the game. They were perfect. Every single one of those back four today deserves a lot of praise. But Raphael Varane was absolutely everywhere. He showed his world-classness today. He really, really did. Every cross, he was clearing it. Corners, he was clearing it. He was calm. He handled Salah. He handled Diaz. He handled Nunes. He was brilliant today. Another special shout out to Kobe Mainu, who looked world class on that pitch today. One of the only few Manchester United players which had a bit of class about them today. 3 games now. Everton away, Newcastle away, and Anfield away. Which massive credit for him to stepping up today, because I didn't even think Ten Hag was going to pick him. But he looked like he deserved to be on that pitch today. He looked like a player that deserves to go on Anfield and play on that pitch. It's as simple as that. He was brilliant yet again today. Højlund had his chance as well. That one chance that fell to him, I thought, can we? Can we? He goes through. I was like, come on, no. Saved by Alisson. But we had chances in that game. And that was only because Liverpool ran out of ideas, because Manchester United were so good defensively. We hardly allowed them anything. There were a few times Andre Onana had to make a few saves, few shaky moments. His goal kicks again, going out for a foul, a throw every single time he was kicking it. I was getting frustrated. I was thinking a Liverpool goal is going to come. It's inevitable, but it never came. And I was shocked, but I'm happy. I'm happy. That feels like a win. Call me shameless. Call me shameless. That's points dropped for them, and that's a point gain for us. 6 years ago was the last time we got a result at Anfield, or we went and won. And I know we didn't win today, but that feels like a win. I would have taken that all day long. I would have taken it all day. I would have bitten your hand off for a draw today. I would have bitten your hand off for conceding less than 3 goals today. And we come out of a 0-0. And that's just where we are, guys. I hate it. I hate that we have to go to Anfield and play like that. I don't want to. I want to go into these games excited again. I want to go toe-to-toe, but we cannot afford to do that. But with the team out there today, Johnny Evans, Scott McTominay as captain, big game for Garnacho, players like that, and Amrabat as well, who's been criticised a lot lately. I didn't think he had the best games today, but in the second half, he really came into himself. So, yeah, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. Let me know your thoughts down below. But I was really impressed with Kobe Mainu and Varane today. Those were the standouts by far, especially Raphael Varane, who had an amazing game and one of the best games he's played recently, and he needed to today. I said it in the preview. We need to show fight out there. We need to show fight. I'm not meaning go toe-to-toe, but switch on. Take responsibility for yourself. Don't make mistakes and stay in the game as long as you can. Stay in the game as long as you can. And we did all of that today. So I'm really impressed by that standard. But again, we were never going to win today. We got a few chances, which again, if we came out of there with a 1-0 win, I would have been throwing a party. I would have been throwing a party on this channel. I really would have. But it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. A point. Let me know your thoughts down below. It's a point I definitely have taken before the game. So I definitely take it looking back at it now. But yeah, guys, let's get into the player ratings. But before we do that, actually, let's just mention how Liverpool were pretty poor today. They could add 25 shots, I think it was, 8 on target, etc. I don't care how many shots they had. If you're watching the game and you watch that 90 minutes, they ran out of ideas and they were crap. They were absolutely crap. They really, really were. Their attack is just crap. I know ours is bad, but Nunes, what's he doing today? Diaz, Dalot had him in his pocket the majority of the game. Salah had a few shots, but what did he do today? It wasn't really that difficult to get a draw against them. And maybe if we went more gung-ho about it and we actually went to create chances, we could have got something from that game because they have been conceding a lot of goals recently. But yeah, they were nowhere near their best today. Maybe another day. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we could have got a few goals in this game if we actually went for it. But it is what it is, guys. I'm happy with that, to be fair. I'm just so thankful we didn't get bad today because I did not want that to happen. I was fearing this game all week. I was thinking, get it over and done with. But looking back at it, I'm happy with how the players played. I'm happy with their performances today. So Andre Ionov for me in goal gets a solid, give him a 7, another clean sheet for him. A few shaky moments at the start of the game, but the rest of the game he was calm, made a few really important saves, came out for a few balls. Again, he was calm today, so I'm going to give him a solid 6.5. Dalot, do you know what? I'm going to give Dalot, Johnny Evans and Luke Shaw 8, and I'm going to give Varane a 9 because I thought they were impeccable today. They were absolutely brilliant, all 4 of them. Didn't make a single mistake, as I mentioned. They all were switched on the whole game, and we made it so difficult for Liverpool, and that's down to those 4 today for keeping that role, because it would have been hard for them out there. 90 minutes of constant pressure, constant corners, constant Liverpool attacks, constant Liverpool chances, and they dealt with it brilliantly today, so credit to them. And Varane gets a 9 and the rest get an 8. I thought they were all brilliant. Amrabat, 6.5, a few very shaky moments in the first half. Again, you cannot trust Amrabat to stay with his runner because he's just not fast. He has no pace about him, but we needed him in a game like this because the abilities he does have really helped us out today a lot in that game. Just being able to be in those positions, cutting those balls out, staying calm under pressure, it's what Amrabat's all about. So I was really happy with him today. McTominay, 5.5. I mean, going forward was okay, but defensively, I'd hardly noticed him. I'm not going to lie. And it's the same thing again. Manchester United captain going to Anfield. You expect a bit more. With Bruno given a bit more, I'm not too sure about that. We saw what he did last year. It was very poor. So I don't know about that. I can't say that. As I mentioned, hindsight's a wonderful thing. But that was not a captain's performance going to Anfield. But it is what it is. So 5.5 for him. Kobe Mainu, solid 8 as well. So I'm going to give him an 8 as well. I thought coming to Anfield, it was bold to play Kobe Mainu, but he fully deserves to start the game, and he showed why once again. Trust in this guy. Give this guy all the flowers he deserves because he's absolutely brilliant. And as I mentioned, he was one of the only players that showed class on that pitch today. And he's 17, I think. 17 years old on an Anfield pitch, outplaying their midfield. That's how it was today. So I'm happy with Kobe Mainu. Another 80 minutes under his belt. Another brilliant 80 minutes under his belt, I should say. So yeah, 8 again for him. Brilliant today. Garnacho wasn't really involved in the game. He was trying things going forward. He was trying to take on Trent. But again, the attacks we had, they just weren't good ones. And there's nothing the attackers could do. Although Anthony today as well, another special shout out to him. His work rate, again, brilliant. For the 3rd game in a row, he's had a really good and positive performance. Going forward was causing Liverpool problems. As I just mentioned, tracking back, he was getting important tackles in. He was helping out the defence. He was tracking back. It was brilliant. And we need to see that more often from Anthony. So he gets I'll give him a 7.5 for Anthony. I'll give Garnacho a 6.5 and I give Højlund a 6. But it wasn't his fault because, again, we've seen this week. I think he's had the fewest passes received into him in the whole league. So this is what he's living off right now. He's living off shit, to be completely honest. He's living off shit. He's living off never getting the ball. He has to work hard for it. And when he does get it, the attack just dies down because, Anthony's not making that run or Garnacho's not making that run or he gets into a tight space. He gets marked down. So, yeah, it is tough for Højlund because we know there's potential there. But again, we're just not playing into his hand. It's the wrong team for him again. It's similar to other strikers we had. They just come in and we just make them look shit because of the way we play and how we are at the moment. But yeah, I'm positive and I'm going to stay true to him at the moment because he is showing good signs or positive signs. Maybe he should have scored if I'm being a bit critical of him. He should have scored that goal towards the end. But again, it was a decent save from Alisson, but it was straight at him. But yeah, the chances we did have, they weren't really clear cut, but maybe another day we nicked that 1-0. You never know. I'm happy with a 0-0. Ten Hag for me today, as I mentioned. He got it right. He needed to go like that. We needed a decent result from this game, in my opinion, for him to really stabilise his place. I mean, he was never going to get sacked anyway. I don't think that would be the right decision anyway. Either way, to be fair. But, yeah, made the right decision. Set up brilliantly. It worked in the end as well. So we have to praise him. His subs, he got him right as well, I think. More electricity from bringing on like Hannibal Mejbri, and also Palestri gave us a bit more going forward towards the end of the game. But yeah, I'm happy with that, guys. But 0-0. Let me know your thoughts down below. Oh, phew, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. A win and a maybe throw a party, as I mentioned, but it is what it is, guys. We move on. West Ham next, Aston Villa coming up. Tough games. We're going to have to see a lot more than we did today, but again, we'll take that. We'll move on to the next game, and we'll see how we go from here. I mean, not in the best position in the league, not the best of seasons, is it? But we have to stick by this team and hopefully aim for that top 4 this season. That's, again, another objective for Manchester United, which is going to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.